that's where our center is. But I want to, I like to try and keep things simple, because I think if you keep things simple, people do it or they understand it, So with me, energy is how you feel. If you feel good, your energy's high. If you feel crap, your energy's low. If you look in the mirror and you've got a brightness with your eyes and you can smile, your energy's high. If you look in the mirror and go, oh, God, I look crap, your energy's low. So it's how you feel. So if you're not feeling good about yourself, your energy's low. So having techniques on how do I lift my energy? Do I exercise more? Do I change my diet? Do I hang around friends that make me smile? And we all have those friends that, the cup is always half full, even half empty, even though we try and get them to fill their cup up. They like the cup half empty. But you limit your time. You don't spend half a day with them. You go, okay, I'm going to meet Mary for coffee, and you have half an hour with Mary rather than 3 hours. And even if you have to make an excuse that you've got a meeting but you don't really have a meeting, just because Mary needs your help, Mary needs that supportive friend, but you don't want to be around that heavy energy for so long. So make them conscious decisions and being selfish. Like when you say you got to be selfish, people look at it and go, you're not supposed to be selfish. But you do have to look after yourself, because if you don't look after yourself, you can't look after anyone else. I've got 3 teenage boys that, I can't afford to be sick. I work in this space 24/7. This is my business. And if I'm unwell, I can't feed my children. So I make sure that I look after myself physically, emotionally, spiritually, and angelically. So I make sure when I'm not feeling well, because there's certain days when it all gets too much, is I dial a friend. And being in the healing game, you got a few healing friends, make 5 phone calls, someone will answer it. So you sort of lean on them friends that understand it, and then you ask, what's happening? Have I gone somewhere and, I've picked up someone's emotional energy that I didn't realize I did, because no matter how good we think we are, there's always flaws, there's always cracks. We're always working on ourselves. So to make it easy, quick and simple, if you feel crap, your energy's low. If you feel happy, your energy's high. And so in that high vibration, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're in that low vibration, go, okay, what are the simple steps I can do to make myself feel better? Play my favourite music, have a bath, go for a swim, talk to the dog. Dogs are great. They lift your vibration straight away. Children lift your vibration straight away. If you're feeling low, don't go hang around Mary for too long, that sort of stuff. So that would be my little bit of guidance.
Got it. So, yeah, you actually put across a wonderful point. If you feel great, your energy is great. So let's say if you are contributing, and as Master Alan has been suggesting, it's like life is all about contribution. It's about service. I am just a servant. I'm just a facilitator. And when I am in that space of being a facilitator and servant, what Master Alan has suggested, so that is where you will always feel great. That's a question to Master Alan. Is that the place that we always should be looking at, even if we are the space of being a facilitator only, and that's where you're always and always and always at high energy? Yeah, actually, you have to unmute yourself, Master Alan.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes. When you are serving, you're a servant. You're not thinking of yourself. You're only thinking about others. Many of you have spoken, the unconditional love of a mother, right? What do the saints do? They offer unconditional love. What does the divine Tao Source do? They offer unconditional love. What does the sun do? It shines equally on everyone and everything. Doesn't care if you're a good person or a bad person, right? What your creed is or anything, it shines equally on everything. When you do that, you forget yourself. You forget all these layers of, I think Elizabeth called it the crust or something like that, right? That you surround your true nature with, your true shining original nature, which is your God nature, which is your divine nature, which is your your shining soul. You know, your soul is a light being. If your third eye is open, you can see your soul. You can see other people's souls. It's a light being, but we cover it with clouds. The clouds are our negativities in our mind, our heart, our actions, all those things.
So that's a wonderful point. When you are
Can I
serving,
just
you have. So that brings my question to Sukhdeepa, because you have been serving in the area of transformation for so many years now. I mean, it's more than 25 years now, and you have been serving all across 35 years now. And I want you to share your related experiences. Like, how could you just leave your high-paying job and then you moved on to the area of serving? And when you connect all the things together, what Elizabeth is saying and what Master Alan is saying, and what exactly has been your experience in that flow? How can you make yourself always feel great despite of turbulent situations? Because when you are serving, many times you might be pressed for finances, might be pressed for relationship issues and everything. So how did you manage, and how did you made yourself in that state? I want you to have your experience in the space of energy.
First of all, thank you for asking such a wonderful question. See, why did I do that? Because I experienced something which I'd never experienced before. I experienced the oneness, okay? And I was actually called. I mean, I said, hey, I've discovered my calling. This is what I'd like to do for the rest of my life, okay? Number one. Number two, what I also discovered was life is not about being in a state of eternal bliss. I think transformation is, for me, that you are able to be in the presence of whatever may be happening in your life without loss of power and without losing your purpose. So when we talk about and what had happened to me, from a guy who was always self-centered, always concerned about myself, always frightened, and with no self-determination in my life, I was trying to meet the expectations of others. I suddenly shifted to a space of pure service, right? And when I did that, surprisingly, I was completely looked after. I mean, it was never that my needs were not met. Okay, there was a time when I kind of, sometimes, you get sucked into this numbers game, which I did for a while. And I knew that I was deviating from my purpose. And then things started falling apart because I deviated from my purpose. Now, coming to serving, I want to say something which I discovered. I mean, obviously, Elizabeth and Alan would know about this, that when you're in a state of service, you're in a state of love, unconditional love. You are not bothered about who you're serving with, serving and what you're getting out of it or not. You just do it because you do it. And what is happening is that the energy is flowing through you.
I'm sorry. I just have to stop here because I've been asked by the moderator to stop.
Just give me 30 seconds. I want to complete this, sentence, if you'll permit me. So when I'm giving the energy is flowing through me also, isn't it? Further cleansing me and further adding to the ability to give this energy to others. That is the beauty of serving, because you get served for sure. Thank you.
And gratitude.
So
I'll say
absolutely.
To wrap it up,
one word, gratitude.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sorry? One word?
I want to say one word is gratitude. Once you look at something that's grateful in your life, even the simple breath that you take every morning, start with that and build on it. And then all of a sudden things shift and change.
Great. So thank you, Elizabeth, and thank you, Alan, and thank you, Sukhdeepa. So what I got from this conversation when you are talking about energy for life, so the best word or the best action is serving. This is what my takeaway is all about. I don't know who else has different takeaways. Thank you so much, Alan, for your time.
Thank you.
Sukhdeepa and Elizabeth. Bye-bye.
Totally
Thank you.
with all of you. Thank you all.
Bye, gentlemen.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Vinay. Thank you, Sukhdeepa-ji.
Thank you.
Now, up we have, that was a great session. We definitely don't want to stop these discussions, but then we have time to maintain. So Dr. Arun Sharma, are you there? Are you there with us? Okay, beautiful. So Dr. Arun Sharma is from Mint ND. He's the founder director of Imana USA. He is going to speak to us about nature cure for skin problems and psoriasis. Dr. Arun Sharma, welcome, welcome, welcome. Namaste. Yeah, 1 second. Please unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, perfect, Dr. Arun. Welcome, welcome.
All right. Okay. When we talk about nature cure, people think that is some cure through natural means, but we believe that there is no need for cure. Disease is itself a process of cure. When we understand that and accept it, that disease is itself is a process of cure, then we don't have panic or fear in our mind. All the physical ailments are preceded by a mental ailment, without solving which even the physical ailments do not get solved. We have a lifestyle. Cause for all diseases are one. All the causes point out to unhealthy lifestyle. Because of unhealthy lifestyle, our activities in the body do not function properly. All the activities in the body can be divided into two parts. First is of assimilation and converting food into the blood. Second part is of elimination, where toxins or fecal matter from the body is eliminated. In this process, most of us take care of our food, daily habits of eating food. We don't miss it. We don't miss our breakfast. We don't miss the snacks between breakfast and lunch. We don't miss the snacks between lunch and dinner. We don't miss any of those. A person was telling me, Dr. Saab, I'm taking exactly at 8 o'clock my breakfast, exactly at 10 o'clock I have my snacks, exactly at 1 o'clock I'm perfectly doing everything in timely, regulated manner. Regularity in eating is my habit, he says. Then why am I getting so sick? All the sickness is coming to me. I said, regularity in eating is not a rule of health. Regulated eating is a rule of health. That means what? It's not when the clock strikes 1, but when the stomach tells you you are hungry, only then we are supposed to eat. When we don't follow this principle, then we find that elimination of toxins is not done properly. The normal channels of elimination in the body, if they do not function properly, the abnormal channels, namely the skin and so many other faculties of the body, comes into play to eliminate accumulated toxins in the body. When it does that, then we get all kinds of problems like eczema, psoriasis, and so many skin problems. And when we talk about curing of psoriasis, we think of so many remedies, quick fix, maybe some ointments, some emulsions, all kinds of things. People are looking only for removing the symptoms of the body. Whereas our outlook is totally different from all other approaches. When we are talking about putting an emulsion or putting in some kind of medicines on the skin to remove the skin problem, it goes to this lungs. Eczema of the skin is the same as asthma of the lungs. People don't know that. People think that we can treat asthma separately and eczema separately. That doesn't happen that way. So because people are thinking it that way, asthma of the skin, lungs becomes eczema of the skin becomes asthma of the lungs. They are both the same thing. Deposits of toxins on the walls of the lungs makes it coming as asthma. And deposits of the toxins in the skin shows out as eczema. Answer for both this situation is to improve the normal channels of elimination. Respiration, perspiration, urine and feces, the normal channels do not function properly. So we have to work on improving our lifestyle to include healthy practices. Breathing practice. If you do deep breathing exercises regularly, then we are, through the respiration, we are able to eliminate toxins in a timely manner and effective manner. So if we keep doing that, so much of load is taken away from the kidneys and the lungs. And now next one is to expose our body to sunlight. Sunlight helps in eliminating toxins from the skin, and sunlight also gives nutrition to the blood. The quality of the blood becomes much better when we have regular sun baths. Sun bath is becoming more and more difficult in modern times because of the structure of the society, structure of the community, structure of the family. They're all from big houses. We are all moving to small apartments, living in multi-story buildings, and we don't have any access of sunlight in our body. Most of the time, our face and hands get exposed to the body, but the rest of the body is completely covered with clothing. Even in summer, we are covering our body with sun clothing. So we don't give opportunity for the skin to get exposed to sunlight. That's very, very important for our healthy lifestyle. When we expose our body to sunlight, the blood is purified, and the blood also gets, the science tells us we get vitamin D through sunlight. But that's not the only thing. But our scripture says we get so many more things from the sunlight. Then I don't want to quote so many Sanskrit verses here if it's a multicultural audience. All that I would say is Vedic scripture tells us that we get not only the purification of blood and vitamin D, we get all the hormones, all the enzymes that the body has to make. It cannot make without exposure of the body to sunlight. Supposing we want vitamin A, or we want iron to make good hemoglobin. The combination of these two elements cannot be done without the sunlight. Phosphorus, calcium, oxygen, all this cannot be combined without sunlight. In the same way, every enzyme, new insulin is not available directly from any food. We need sunlight to combine materials so that the body can make its own insulin. It can be done. People think diabetes is incurable. We say diabetes is completely curable through natural means. In the same way, eczema is an expression of the body to remove toxins through the skin. But because of the concentrated effort of the body, it gives itching. Skin is not supposed to eliminate so much of uric acid. It's supposed to be done through the kidney. But because the normal channels don't work properly, abnormal channels are eliminating. When excess of uric acid is being eliminated through the skin, there is itching and pain and deposit on the skin. Eventually, people who don't revert back to healthy lifestyle, they get a lot of deposits on the skin. In small area it starts and it keeps on expanding. Usually it starts in the feet or in the hand, and it keeps expanding and it becomes worse and worse and worse. A patient who had psoriasis from head to foot, it was looking black in the face, to have all the skin was black, and he had big thick patches in all over the body. 16 years he was suffering from psoriasis. And one day when I was out for running in the morning, When I came back from running, I saw in the front office a black man sitting there with head to foot full of psoriasis. And that person was there early in the morning because he cannot face the sunlight. He started off from his house in a taxi and reached my house by 6 o'clock before the sunrise. So when I asked him, when I told him I don't have facility to treat him, he was weeping like a baby, and he says, "You please help me, otherwise I will be dead because I have tried so many treatments, it's not working." I took him into my center, and I had to serve him myself because the attendants and the room helpers, they are not willing to touch his skin. He was looking horrible. 16 years he lived in a dark room. Only in the midnight he used to go for a short walk. During the short walk, if somebody sees him, they get scared. He looks like a ghost, head to foot black and with patches, and his white eyes shining and white teeth shining. When somebody gets look at him, and that stage they get scared and make faces. He immediately starts crying and comes back to his room and say, "God, why did you give this trouble to me? What did I do? I'm really willing to compensate. Please help me." He was crying every day. His name was Jacob. And when he started nature cure treatment, wanted to start nature cure treatment, he asked me, "What's the outline of the treatment?" I told him the main part of the treatment is sunbath. He said, "No, I can't take sunbath. It's very problematic. The moment I expose my body to sunlight, toxic fluid oozes out from the skin. It burns my skin. I can't take the pain." I said, "I will take care of that." And I gave him sunbath under the water. I gave him a big tub to lie down in. In the tub, he will go. From this, through the water, sunlight will touch his skin. He had no problem at all. He was getting sunbath and there was no burning sensation. His head was in the shade and covered with a wet cloth. And after the sunbath, I bring him into the room. I use a cotton and dip it in a coconut oil and smoothly go over the skin, the entire body. And so much scales will fall every day. I collect it all in a paper bag and put it in another paper bag and put it in a third paper bag and take it down, dig up it and burn it and bury it. We have to be very careful because the scales will fly, and if it falls in the food, it contaminates the whole thing. So we had to be extremely careful. But we also used to get letters from friends encouraging him that he's in the right track and they all wish him well. So much is importance is to be given for psychological encouragement. All these patients who suffer from either asthma or eczema, they need psychological support to encourage them to continue this discipline so that they will become well. During these days, he was also getting fan mail from my friends who wrote to him that you don't know us, but we came to hear that you are taking nature cure treatment. We assure you that you are in the right hands and you will get well, and we wish you well. So he used to get encouraged. That's why he could continue the treatment. We continued this treatment for just 29 days. Every day he would take Tona. Tona is it's a mini enema. He used to take Tona in the morning, afternoon, and evening. Twice in the morning, twice in the afternoon, twice in the evening. This is to tone up the colon because we are to enhance the normal channels of elimination. During this time, we could do it. And when we did this, his normal bowel movements also improved. And in 29 days, the entire skin became a new skin with silken texture on that. So he was very happy. So not one time or twice, so many eczema cases have been treated this way, exposing the body to sunlight, taking only tender coconut water. That Jacob had only tender coconut water for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's all. No other food, and for 20 days. And then he included fruits in one meal and vegetable salad in another meal. That's how we continued. Rest of the time, coconut water. When everything became normal, he was given fruits in the morning, salad in the daytime, and cooked vegetable soup in the evening. So gradually he became well and he went back home. So many other eczema or cases, psoriasis cases have been treated in the same manner. What is the outline of nature cure treatment? Expose the body to sunlight. And when we are exposing the body to sunlight, air also touches the body most of the time. And this person was having water underwater, so air will touch him only when he comes out. So other patients who had eczema patches on the hand or feet or any places, they would take it this way. Skin problems can all be solved. It's not only eczema and psoriasis, but there are so many different kinds of skin problems people have. Blemishes, different color patches, white patches or dark patches will all be there. For everything, the healing is to improve overall health. That's all. If you improve overall health, the stomach problem goes away, nerve problem goes away. All the problems are problems of lowered level of health. That's all there is. If you improve the health level, body knows where to repair, how to repair each parts of the body. That's so simple. If you have any questions, you may ask for now.
Thank you, Dr. Arun. That was wonderful. I have a question, and I'm also seeking all the questions of the participants in the chat box. Older, like I have my parents who are in the 70s, and my mother is dealing with the Parkinson's. And, there's another lady that I know, she's dealing with skin issues. So how do you expect to resolve it in people who are at a certain age, about 70 plus, 80 plus? Because they'll be very sensitive to the environment as well. So should they also be put under the same line of treatment?
This person who came to me was 74 when he came to me. So it is no difference. So there are so many people who are younger.
Yeah.
For the younger people, it's more difficult for the younger people to change their daily lifestyle habits. Older people will soon adapt to this because they are ready to do anything at that stage where suffering too much. So Parkinson's can also be treated with nature cure. A patient who came to us with head shaking, hand shaking, feet shaking, for 2 minutes he cannot be without shaking. Such a person, on the 5th day, all the shaking stopped and he threw away his walking stick and asked me to challenge me to run with him. And he won the race. So everything is possible. Everybody in the camp clapped and encouraged, cheered him. So everything is possible. We have seen it through. Alzheimer's is further. How does it all start? It starts with medications for smaller, minor ailments. When you take medications for many years, then gradually it becomes mental problems come. Sleep, people don't get sleep, they'll keep on taking sleeping pills. And then people who don't have what you call high blood pressure, who have low blood pressure, they are giving medication. Side effects of those medication act on the brain. So little by little, they lose connection. They are given blood thinners. That means the quality of the blood is reduced to thin blood. And it doesn't give enough nutrition to the brain. When you make it thin, nutrition to the brain is not given, so the brain disorder starts. So there are so many side effects of the drugs. All these chronic diseases are in the list of iatrogenic diseases. That means drug-caused diseases. So the first and foremost thing that we should do in all of them is to stop all the drugs on the first day, straight away. We don't have to be afraid, oh, I can't stop this medicine, I can't stop that medicine. We don't have to be worried about that. All medicines are toxins. They all give side effects. They are not food. Food alone is your medicine. That's what father of medicine, Hippocrates, said. So that's what we are following. Natural hygienists are the true sons of Hippocrates. So we don't have to be afraid of stopping any medicine. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. There are a few more questions. I'll quickly take them up
Yeah.
as time is running out. I'll just combine the two questions, in fact. How can the face area be healed using sunlight underwater? What method can be used? That's question number one. Second is also related to what about skin pigmentation on face?
For both questions, the answer is the same, because in both situations, the elimination process of the skin of the body has come to a lower level. Normal channels of elimination do not work properly. So when we use toner is a mini enema. We send it a small quantity of water through the rectum and retain it for some time and remove it. And this will improve the peristaltic movement of the colon, and it will not allow toxins to be accumulated for a long time. It will be active. Another thing is pranayam, doing deep breathing exercise. By doing deep breathing exercise, our lungs get better capacity to expand and contract. When we are expelling our air, when we are breathing out, more toxins are thrown out. And when we hold the breath after exhaling, the lung capacity is becoming better every time, because we are giving rest to the lungs. When we are inhaling, we are working the lungs out. We are holding the breath inside, we are working the lungs out. When we are exhaling, lungs are working. But when we are holding the breath after exhaling, lungs get to rest. The quality of the lungs becomes better. Normal channels of elimination of respiration through respiration becomes much better. Thank you.
Beautiful. Dr. Arun, a lot of us would like to connect with you. So can you also share your contact details so that, individually people can connect and get the benefit?
Yeah.
I would request Dr. Tulika to share the details in the chat box.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Any?
And Dr. Arun, it's fascinating to listen to all this information. And though we have this available across India, I'm sure a lot of us are still oblivious to these facts, and we really don't practice them in our real life. And you coming to these sessions is actually opening our eyes and nudging us in a big way, how we should practice and what is the kind of effect that the medicines are causing, which we usually pop up for vitamin D, vitamin this, vitamin that. So any takeaways on that as a parting note, what we could do to replenish our body in terms of vitamins, minerals that we usually consume almost every day?
Like B12, for instance, some people complain that all the vegetarian foods can be examined and you don't have B12 from any of them. So a person says he has to take non-vegetarian food in order to get B12. But I differ from that fact, because if you were to take non-vegetarian food, can you eat a cat or a dog or some other carnivorous animal's meat? They say, no. You have to eat a herbivorous animal's meat. So herbivorous animals eat only herbs. You said there is no B12 in any of the herbs or vegetables. So how do you say you should eat vegetables? Where do they get from B12 from? We all can get the same thing, provided we eat vegetables. We call ourselves vegetarians or vegans, but we don't eat vegetables. That's not good. It's not enough to be a vegetarian. You have to be a vegetabiliarian. When you take vegetables, you have to expose your body to sunlight. With the combination of sunlight and vegetables, your body can make all the enzymes, all the vitamins it can make by itself. So that's as a parting note, I would say, become a vegetabiliarian, not just a vegetarian. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Arun Sharma.
Welcome.
It's a pleasure. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. And we
Yes,
hope
Tulika,
all the
she is nodding.
participants, hi Tulika. So we really hope that this knowledge is going to transform the way of life, and for everyone here who's present in these sessions, and all those people who are hearing us on YouTube. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. I just unmute you.
Ritu, could you repeat yourself? You were muted actually.
Okay. So up next we have with us Miss Meena Gupta. She's a counselor, therapist, and trainer from Gurgaon. And she's going to be talking to us on the subject unconscious defense mechanism and mental health. Very warm welcome, Meena ji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I would like a screen share, please.
Definitely, definitely.
Can I share my screen? Yeah.
Yes, we'll just put you on.
Yes.
Yeah, you can.
It is nice to be with Mavin again.
You can share.
Yes, right. Thank you.
Meena ji, last 5
So,
minutes, we have some question answer round. So
sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that'll be fine, Ritu. Give me a minute to share my screen.
Sure. There should not be any problem. You can easily share. You are the co-host.
Yes, there shouldn't be a problem. Yes.
Yeah, we can almost see your screen coming in. Yeah, it's there. Good.
Good. So thank you for having me, Mavin. And it has been such a pleasure to associate with Mavin. I have been associated with Mavin for many, many years now. And it always gives me great pleasure to be with Mavin and their associates. I'm one of them, and they are one of us, So today, the topic today, and well, we are a Society for Complementary Therapies, and like I was introduced, I'm the president and the founder member for Society for Complementary Therapies. I'm a counselor, trainer, and a therapist. So today the topic is unconscious defense mechanism and mental health. Now this becomes a very, very important issue that we talk about, but we do not know what are defense mechanisms. So today me and my associate Surbi are going to take you on a journey of unconscious or subconscious, I would like to call it subconscious defense mechanisms and mental health. So what are defense mechanisms? Defense mechanisms are beliefs to safeguard the mind against feelings and thoughts that are too difficult for the conscious mind to cope with. Now that is exactly when we talk about defense mechanism, it's a facade. It's something that we want to do, but we are not trying to show what we are doing. So we are undercover. That is what defense mechanisms are. So now Surbi will take you through what defense mechanism actually means.
Thank you, ma'am. So yes, a defense mechanism is an unconscious psychological mechanism that reduces anxiety arising from unacceptable or potentially harm stimuli. So I would like to quote an example here. So when you're walking on a street and you see a dog and somebody who has a fear of dog since childhood, that person might not even know I have a fear of dog. And what that person do to avoid that situation is he changes the route and he might take a longer route to reach home, for example. So that is an unconscious or a subconscious defense mechanism that has come to that person, that what I need to do from this unacceptable or what that person sees that the dog as a harmful stimuli is to avoid it. So that is avoiding is one defense mechanism that that person has used.
Meenati, can we request?
Defense mechanism.
Can we request to put your video on as well, please? Thank you.
Yes, sure. 1 minute.
Sorry.
How do we have the screen share as well as the video. We were doing it earlier, so
Just do a switch on. Just click on the video button down below and click it on.
yeah, I'm looking for the video button down below. Let's not let us skip the full screen.
We actually gave the complete
screen. Yeah.
It's okay. Please continue. No, right. No,
that's all right. Just 1 minute. Just give us a minute. Huh?
Sure.
Yeah. And now screen share. Start new video.
Yeah. We can see you as well, and we can now just start.
Now let's go to screen share.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you able?
Are you able to see us?
Yes. Perfect. Please go ahead.
Okay. Great. Yeah. बुरा मत करो
Just
yeah.
Yes. So yes, defense mechanisms may result in healthy or unhealthy consequences depending on the circumstances and frequency with which the mechanisms is used. So basically, hota kya hai, in day-to-day life, everybody use some kind of defense mechanism to avoid certain situations or to save themselves. So, but what the matter is how the frequency of defense mechanism is used. That affects our mental health. अगर कोई भी एक चीज है when we say that you use that thing out of the limit, so it will affect either physically or mentally. Similarly, even the defense mechanism, when you are too much using your defense mechanism to safeguard yourself, that can actually have an impact on your mental health. So it could have some negative consequences also. So we'll talk about it later, how it will affect your mental health. Their strategies brought into play by unconscious mind to manipulate, deny, or distort reality in order to defend against feelings of anxiety and unacceptable impulses. Yes, like I was talking about, when you want to manipulate something and you want to reduce your anxiety, so what you do is you deny, either you get into denial or you try to manipulate or you try to distort the reality. You try to like we must all have heard of fight and flight reactions. So that is flight is something, running away from the reality just to lower down your anxiety. And somebody who has, for example, if somebody feels very nervous of public speaking, for example, and that person is have very anxiety and a lot of tension building up, and he has that kind, if he has to do a public speaking, but then what that person is, he'll try to either get into denial, or he will try to run away from that kind of situation. He will never get into public speaking, for example. So that is his defense mechanism. So the few listed are the common characteristics of defense mechanism. First, defense mechanism are unconscious or subconscious, like we like to say it. Yes. So they are used subconsciously. The person might not be aware. He might or might not be aware of what kind of defense mechanism he is using to safeguard himself. Or if the person knows what defense mechanism I'm using, he might be unaware of the motivation of why he is using. Like I was giving the dog example, and that person who has fear of dog, he does not know why he has that fear of dog. That is somewhere in his own subconscious mind that I have a fear of dog, and what I have to do is just to avoid the situation. Second is they are defenses against anxiety. Yes. So just to avoid the anxiety to build up to tension and to avoid that kind of a panic attack, we use defense mechanisms. Second is self-deceptive. Defense mechanisms can help us, or they can become crutches that substitute for more effective ways of dealing with difficult situations. Yes, self-deceptive हम इसलिए बोलते हैं, why we use this word is because when you use too much of something or too much of defense mechanism of any kind, which we'll talk about what are the types of defense mechanisms. They can be in later in life. They can be are the crutches. They can be like the crutches that just to avoid anything and just to avoid small anxiety in your life and just to be, you know, safeguard somewhere that you don't want to face any uncomfortable situation. You keep on using your defense mechanisms. All defense mechanisms involve partial or complete denial, distortion, or disguise of motives, acts, or thoughts that are self belittling or self degrading. Yes. So, when we talk about defense mechanisms, it could include a lot of things. It could include denial, it could include the distortion, or disguise of the motives that why I'm using it, why I'm doing the way I'm doing things, or it could be also, you know, I'll be in the denial of my own thoughts on acts, what I'm doing, that no, I'm not doing it like that, or no, I'm not safeguarding myself from you know, from the anxiety or something like that. So these are the common characteristics of defense mechanisms. Now I will like Meena ma'am to continue with what are the major types.
Thank you, Surbhi. So there are many major types of defense mechanisms. The first one being repression. Now let's give an example of what repression is. An adolescent girl feeling guilty about her sexual impulses frequently blocks on her boyfriend's name when introducing him to family and friends. वो उसका नाम लेना ही नहीं चाहती because she has these sexual impulses which she does not want to reveal. Now, another one could be denial. Now, example of a denial is a recent widow continues to set up a place on the table for her deceased husband. She also fantasizes frequently about conversations she's having with him. Though he has gone, but yet there is a plate always set for him. And she always fantasizes, वो बात करती है अपने husband से, though he is not there anymore. कोई stressful condition आता है, कभी वो गुस्सा होती है, then she's talking to her husband and asking for a resolution from him, though he is not there anymore. So this is again another form of defense mechanism. The third one being rationalization. Now here I would like to give an example of the fox and the grapes. हम सबने ये कहानी सुनी हुई है, खट्टे अंगूर. The story where the fox tries to get the grapes, failing which it says, I'm sure the grapes are sour. The moral is, it is easy to despise what you cannot get. मैं कुछ कोशिश करती हूँ कि मुझे कुछ लेना है, लेकिन जब मुझे नहीं मिलता है तो मुझे लगता है अरे ये सिचुएशन मेरे काबिल थी नहीं, ये आदमी मेरे काबिल था ही नहीं. So he is despising what he cannot get. Now, projection is another one of defense mechanisms. Projection is the attribution of one's own unacceptable impulses, wishes or thoughts to another person or object. Now here I will give an example of a husband who has barely resisted the temptation of being unfaithful to his wife, begins to be suspicious of her fidelity to him, you know. अब वो अपने आप तो he is himself not faithful to the wife, but what is he doing? As a defense mechanism, he is suspecting his wife to have an affair, you know. तो वो क्या कर रहा है? अपने आप को छुपाने के लिए वो he is blaming his wife. Now, the third one being, the last one being reaction formation. This is the transformation of unacceptable impulses into their opposite and more acceptable forms. Hate to love or love to hate. Now here I would like to give an example of the young woman who had hostile feelings towards her mother, but overly concerned for her safety, for her mother's welfare, and becomes excessively worried that some harm might fall into her. Now hota kya hai ki wo she doesn't have any kind of a feelings for her mother, but as a defense mechanism she is trying to show the world that she is overly concerned for her mother, right? So this is again a form of a reaction formation. Now disassociative reactions. Now let's talk about methods of escape. हमने बात करी कि क्या-क्या defense mechanisms होते हैं, किस-किस तरह के होते हैं. Now let's talk about post-traumatic stress can induce any of the followings. वो थे जो environmental थे. Here we are calling PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Now amnesia is loss of memory. हमें याद ही नहीं है कब एक्सीडेंट हुआ था, हमें याद ही नहीं है कि बचपन में हमारे साथ क्या हुआ था? Fugue, which is feeling. When amnesia involves running away, a person may wander away from his or her home. उसको याद ही नहीं है मैं कहाँ रहता था, मुझे कहाँ जाना है, कौन आएगा, कहाँ, he's totally lost. So this is again a method of disassociative reactions. दूसरा reaction क्या होता है? Symbolisms. It is a sleepwalking. हमने sleepwalking का नाम तो बहुत सुना है. Now हो क्या रहा है? Sleepwalking is something that we are trying to escape from a situation, you know. कोई सिचुएशन हमारे दिमाग में बिल्डअप हुई जिसको हम फेस नहीं करना चाहते. So what are we doing? We are running away from the situation, which we are doing in our sleepwalking. So we take a lot of Zoom sessions on dream analysis. So dream analysis says the same thing, that when we are trying to ignore a situation or run away from a situation, it comes as a response like sleepwalking, you know. Now the last one being dissociative identity disorder, which is multiple personality disorder. Now this again, a person becomes somebody else for that time being, you know. Ki I'm so and so, but no, I want to escape from not being Meena, you know. So I will be so and so, whom I think is a very, very macho man, you know. So he becomes that macho man or that macho woman that he idolizes, yeah. So Surbi, would you like to take us towards this defense mechanism and mental health? What exactly is it here?
Yeah. So how defense mechanisms are affecting our mental health? Defense mechanisms are often thought of as negative reactions. We all need them to temporarily ease stress and protect self-esteem during critical times. So आपके सबको एक नोशन है कि जो भी हम डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म यूज करते हैं, we use it to safeguard ourselves, to safeguard, to protect our self-esteem, and also it is thought that they are always negative reactions. At times it is, yes. At times the defense mechanism that we use are the negative reactions of what we want to escape from the anxiety that we are having.
Right.
But when you use any kind of defense mechanism over the limit, then it does affect your mental health, and it could cause any kind of mental health disorders. Although we may knowingly use these mechanisms, in many cases these defense mechanisms work unconsciously to distort reality. Yes, though we know what we are doing, we know that we are using this defense mechanism, but the motive, like I was talking about the motive, that why we are doing it, is totally unconscious. The greatest problem arises when defense mechanisms are overused in order to avoid dealing with problems. These defense mechanisms can affect our mental health in many ways, which can also lead to other mental health problems such as kleptomania. Kleptomania is actually compulsive stealing, that you have an urge to steal something. It might not be very valuable thing, but you have that uncontrolled urge that you have, that you want to pick something up. This could be due to an overuse of any kind of defense mechanism, that you have indulged into something like kleptomania or OCD, for example. कि आपको इतनी ज्यादा एंजाइटी बिल्डअप हो चुकी है, you have so much of tension in your body that you want to just wash your hands again and again. Next is pathological lying, that is also compulsive lying, कि आप हर चीज से बचने के लिए you are just lying, and that might not be even necessary. Next is personality disorders, like ma'am was talking about multiple personality disorder. Just to avoid the situation, or just to avoid that what is happening to you, you completely transform yourself into something else or someone else, completely a different personality that you are not. Next is sociopath. Sociopath is actually an antisocial behavior, an antisocial disorder, that you don't want to meet people, you don't want to have any connection with the people. So these are the few mental health problems that can arise when you overuse or overdo any kind of defense mechanism.
Yeah, and here I would like to add kleptomania, pathological lying, personality disorders, and sociopath, and many other disorders, mental health disorders. We have done Zoom sessions at great length, and now people are aware what these terms mean.
Yes, absolutely. Moving on.
Yeah, so let's talk about coping mechanisms. In therapy, the goal is to help the client uncover these unconscious defense or subconscious defense mechanism and find better, healthier ways to cope with anxiety and distress. Coping mechanism can help people adjust to stressful events while helping them maintain their own emotional well-being. So what we have to do, we have to understand what are our coping mechanisms so that we can maintain our own emotional well-being. The use of effective coping mechanisms can often help improve mental and emotional well-being. अगर हम कोशिश करें, so we can develop a coping mechanism. People who are able to adjust to stressful or traumatic situations through productive coping mechanisms may be less likely to experience anxiety, depression, and other mental health concerns that we spoke about in our last slide as a result of painful and challenging events. Now, let's talk about some adaptive coping mechanism. It's very important. We spoke about defense mechanism, but how do we come out of it? So let's talk about relaxation, which is guided meditation, deep breathing, self-hypnosis, and other calming techniques. Sitting in the nature or listening to soft music could be one of them. Problem solving could be another one. This coping mechanism involves identifying a problem that is causing stress and then developing and putting into action some potential solutions for effectively manage them. Here I talk about hypnosis. This is a very, very effective tool to come out and then understand your defense mechanisms. So that puts you into a trance and takes you back when was the first time that your defense mechanism started to get haywire. Humor, making light of a stressful situation, may help people maintain perception and prevent the stimulation and prevent the situation from becoming overwhelming. होता क्या है, हम लोग जो है छोटी छोटी बातें ना राई का पहाड़ बना लिया. So what we need to do is to arrest it there and then. जहां हमें लगे कि हम डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म हमारा ही वायर जा रहा है, let's laugh it out. Oh अच्छा, ये मैंने ऐसे किया था. There was no need for it. So humor can be a very, very good coping mechanism. Physical activity, like I said, exercise can serve as a natural and healthy form of stress relief, like running, yoga, swimming, walking. And other types of physical activities can help people cope with stress and their after effects of traumatic events. Also support, very, very necessary. Seeking external support instead of self-isolating and internalizing the effects of stress can greatly reduce the negative effects of a difficult situation. Getting into a non-invasive therapeutic intervention like we provide can help an individual cope in healthier ways. So here you are.
Yeah. So this is the small pamphlet of Society for Complementary Therapies. You can take a picture of it. You can always contact us and we'll be in touch with you. Now I think...
Yes, question and answer, because we were told categorically that we should have enough time for question and answers. So here we are. I hope that we are in time, Ritu.
Yes, well within time, and thank you for such a beautiful summary of how these coping mechanisms develop into behavior patterns and giving us an insight on that. I'm sure a lot of us who keep getting into guilt zone and self sabotage mechanisms now understand how things are operating in their life and why it is so. I would like to now open the chat box for questions. I would request members to raise in case they have any questions that they would like Dr. Ms. Meenaji to answer. And Meenaji, in the meanwhile, you were talking about, defense mechanism, how it can be dissolved. So if you could throw some more light on that while, there is...
Yes, we did talk about that in great length. How it can be dissolved. There are coping mechanisms. See, firstly, whenever I take
the thing that one should take up on a day-to-day basis. What I mean to ask is that.
See, every shoe does not fit all. Everybody has their customized ways of taking care of their health. So here I cannot say that ये एक Lakshman बाण है कि जो आप you can take it and put it in your
exercise probably.
I think first thing is just the identification that you are using something that is affecting you at a great length, or maybe you are overusing some kind of a defense mechanism, and then like you said, being physically active actually takes a lot of stress out of the body.
Absolutely.
So I would suggest everybody to get into some kind of physical exercises, yoga, which would actually help to also rest your mind.
See, what I want, Ritu, for everybody, all my viewers to understand, all the time I say one thing. The first sign is recognition that you are going downhill. In any mental health issues, I request, what happens is they find mental health stigma, you know, कि उसके बारे में बात मत करो, share मत करो, you know, उसका कहीं जिक्र मत करो. That is the biggest denial to buckle down of mental health. So firstly, what we want to do is to accept कि कुछ problem हमें mentally आ रही है, and accept it and deal with it rather than brush it under the carpet. Mental health is not a stigma. I always say in all my sessions that please address it and do not brush it under the carpet. अब उसके बाद जो आपका सवाल था, जो आपका कि भाई कैसे हम उसको डील करें, you have to find an effective way. Music could be a very good way to deal for myself. Physical, so we could have a very good way to go to the gym and do things, you know. So we all need to understand one thing. We all have customized ways of dealing with our issues, but please deal them, nip them in the bud rather than let them grow to, huge issues.
Yes. Meena ji, what I would also take away from your discussion is one more thing, that we deal with mental issues as if, you know, if you are tackling it, you probably become somebody who has who is in the need of a psychotherapy, and that's something bad. I would rather request each person here to spread the word and come across like जैसे आपके दांत में दर्द है, आप एक डेंटिस्ट के पास जाते हो, एडवाइस लेते हो, ट्रीटमेंट लेते हो, ठीक हो जाते हो. Similarly, whatever issues that you have in life, whether it's mental, emotional or physical, all these issues are just like that. जैसे आपको आपके बॉडी में कुछ रैशेस हुए, आप you went up and cleaned up yourself. It's like that. This is a mental itch that's happening and it's manifesting in some way.
Now the question here was how to deal with it with children. See, it comes very early. When I say going into trance and hypnotherapy, yes, it can come very early. लेकिन वो हमने उस समय notice नहीं किया, and it became bigger and bigger, you know. So it can come, you know, manipulation. जैसे मैंने कहा, बच्चा जब when the child is born, जब उसको पता है कि मैं रोऊंगा तब मुझे दूध मिलेगा, जब मैं रोऊंगा तो मेरा डायपर बदला जाएगा. So that manipulative behavior comes in very early, you know. Yeah. Now we need to arrest it, or we need to give in to it sometimes. But later I need to understand the manipulative behavior कहाँ से आ रहा है, you know. और वो manipulative behavior अगर बच्चे का बढ़ता चला जा रहा है और वो problem बनता चला जा रहा है, we need to recognize. Somebody said very nicely, recognize and accept that there is a problem. Very well said, Ritu. We have to recognize. The first sign is that we have to accept there is a mental health disorder which is coming up and which is growing out of bounds. So let us arrest it now and here rather than let it become bigger and bigger and then becomes a big issue. You know? So like हम कहते हैं, nip it in the bud. The moment we realize any mental health disorder is coming up, please nip it in the bud and don't feel shy. It is not a stigma. जैसे आपने कहा, जैसे खांसी जुकाम बुखार है, पैंडेमिक में तो जरा सा किसी ने छींका नहीं, and we used to get a corona test done, you know. Isn't it true? So why is it that we cannot look after our mental health the same way? You know, why should we become, you know, to that extent that we become suicidal, you know, and take our lives, contemplate, taking our lives, you know. It can grow to those volumes. Before that grows to that volume, the first sign, everybody should be aware of each other, whether it is your neighbor, your spouse, your friend, you know, anybody in the family. The moment you see something changing in their mental landscape, and which is negative and not positive, we need to address it there and then. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Thank you so much, Meena ji. Thank you so much, Surbhi ji. I would request you to please share your contact details on the chat box, just in case anybody is interested and they would like to meet up or get connect with you. That would be easy.
Sure. Though we have shared the poster, one can take a picture of that.
Probably if
no problem. So we'll share the contact details.
Yeah.
Once again, I wish to thank Mavin, and I wish to thank Ritu and their team for bringing us here, and we look forward to more sessions on mental health.
Absolutely, Meena ji. Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. What's the website? www.
So up next, my dear friends, we have this wonderful presentation. We are looking forward to Dr. Preeti Nanda Sibal. She's an MBBS and is a functional medicine expert from Faridabad. And she would be speaking to us on the topic gratitude and gut health. So, Preeti ji, can we have you on, please?
Yes, good afternoon में 5 मिनट बाकी है.
Good morning.
Good morning, yes.
So awesome to see you. It's wonderful to see you, have you here today. and amazing.
Thank you. And it's always a privilege to come on Mavin platform. And Mavin always makes me think something different. Right? So that day when Khushbu called me and said, this is a spiritual event. And she said, what is the topic you can take? Because she was wondering, yaar, hardcore medical doctor, spiritual event mein kya baat karegi? Right? And I immediately told her, let's talk about gut and gratitude.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Right? And I am hoping that, people will go back with something really worthwhile. I understand everybody here is into this space where we are into spiritual activities, into health, into gratitude. So let me see if I can connect one more dot for all of you today.
We're looking forward.
Great. So can I share my screen?
Yes, you can. You are the co-host there?
No.
No, not yet?
Yes, no, not yet.
There's some issue there. We'll just have to hold that on for a while.
Yes, I am now.
A little bit.
No, I am now. Thank you very much. So you know what? This year, I have changed my tagline or mission or moved a little. And this is what I am aiming at, or my mission is to have a gutsy India so that we can be a happy India.
Awesome.
So please, everybody who is here, how do you like it and does it connect something, Does it activate a vibe in you? If you can give.
It's awesome, Dr. Preeti. It feels really cool and happy.
Thank you. And the story behind this is, you know what? During my functional medicine years of practice, जो last 5 years से मैं कर रही हूँ, I realized हर कोई lifestyle की health आपके gut पे चली जाती है. I was listening to, the sessions before, and I realized that colon cleanse and cleansing of your body is giving such miraculous results, and I agree with that. So, if I have to sum up how we all can be very healthy and happy, the way to it is through our gut. And we all know, हमारे पुराने ज़माने में, mothers and seniors कहते थे, the way to your husband's heart is through his stomach. And I always used to laugh at it. But now I know that the way to everybody's heart is through their stomach, because gut is what results in happiness. So for those of you who don't know me, I'll just take 30 seconds and introduce myself. I'm Dr. Preeti, an MBBS doctor from Amritsar Medical College and an MBA from IIM Lucknow. 5 years back, I became a diabetic, and something happened in my family that when I was heading VLCC Pan India, I quit my job and went to study further and did my fellowship in functional medicine. Since then, I'm helping people reverse their diabetes, lose weight, work on autoimmune conditions, and now my newfound love, or you can say the route, is gut health. So we do some online programs like Young Till 100 or Young at 100, reversal of type 2 diabetes. We work with type 1 diabetes very successfully. Adrenal fatigue. How many of us who are here are type A personalities? If you can just tell me A, if you are A, just tell me A in the chat box. I am A, I definitely know that. Anybody else who knows that they are type A personalities? Perfectionist, best at their profession, best in their relationships, very energetic, always bang on at the right place. Who all are like this? Type A personalities. Right, thanks Ritu. Supriya, yes. I think most of us who would be here, yes Ritu, we all are doing that. So most of us who become trainers, coaches, we are generally type A personalities. Because किसी और का हुनर निकाल कर बाहर लाने से पहले we have to have those strengths. But the disadvantage it comes with is हम लोग एड्रिनल फटीग के लिए ज्यादा प्रोन होते हैं. And if anybody doesn't know what is adrenal fatigue or wants to know more, do visit my YouTube channel, Food, Medicine and Lies, and check it out, because I think this is a growing problem which is happening and leading to other problems, but we are not talking about it. We do a gut health program, group program, obesity program, become a superwoman, hormone balancing program, and an immunity boosting program. So whatever little we can do in our space, especially in groups, so that energies can be created, is what we are doing. So my thing, for at least for myself and everybody I know, is, and please take a picture of this and keep it somewhere, share it with everybody you love. No if, no but, only gut. Gut is our second brain. And anything we can do to keep our gut happy and healthy, we must not think twice, because if our gut is good, we are happy and the life is wah-wah, right? So a healthy gut is a sign of a healthy life, not only a healthy life, also a happy life. What is it that this picture is trying to tell you? Anybody who can share in the chat box, what comes to their mind when they see this picture? Congested, yes. Congested, yes. We think we need more order here. Wow, Dipali, yes. And thank you for joining today. And what is this? With this 5 trillion microbiome or microbiota which we have in our gut. So imagine how much we need to work to keep this organized, which is just few million. And the type of microbiome we have in our gut is about 10 trillion now. So imagine how much work our body has to do to keep everything so that in order, so that there is no chaos. And this is a statement I really love and like, and I've put it here because I really wanted that everybody should see this, which says, America is a constipated nation. If you pass small stools, you have to have large hospitals, by Dennis Parson Burkett. When I read it the first time, I went thinking, what is coming to your mind, friends, when you are reading this quote? I can tell you this is written marvelously true, and he knew this in decades ago, and we are still not realizing this fact. All about gut. So having said this, let me share a short story with you, if I have your permission. Can I share this story? You must have already read it. Yes, thank you, Mr. Mukul. So, see, there is a party going on and all our organs are sitting. How many of you are able to visualize this party going on inside your body? The way you have it inside in your houses, right? I think all of us are with me on this. You are able to visualize. So body parts, they were sitting and partying and suddenly they started fighting. होता है ऐसा कभी-कभी? दोस्तों में भी होता है, right? And इन सबको दोस्ती बना के रखनी पड़ती है, तभी हम जी पाते हैं. So the brain said, I am the most important part as I control everything, whatever happens. The heart said, I am the most important one, as my beating keeps the body going. And the liver said, I am the most important, as I help in metabolism, excretion and detoxification. And then comes the gut, and it says, I am the most important one because I digest, absorb, protect, excrete, produce hormones, we absorb, and I can go on and 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 do so much. So everybody started laughing and the gut got angry and shut down. Any guesses what happened? If you've not read my full story on the screen, who all will like to guess what will happen if your gut shuts down for a few days? Exactly, you will be so sick that within a few days, all the organs came back and said, no, we agree, gut, you are the most important. You know why? Because when gut stopped working, all the other organs found it very difficult to work. So how many of you have heard this story before, or this is something new which you are hearing today? Please give me 1 if you have heard this story before, and 2 if you are hearing it for the first time. Thank you. You know what? Being a doctor, I always thought science is important. So in all my presentations initially, I used to have data from studies. But I think being with all of you, I've realized stories is which bring changes. And now I actually focus on stories, and I think it is amazing to see the way we remember once we see stories or hear stories. So friends, if today you take this back with you, you will be a healthier and a happier person. So Hippocrates in 460 to 370 BC, that's the duration he was, he said all diseases begin in gut. And health is determined by the microbiota in our gut. And imagine from then to now, we forgot about it. The father of medicine had said something, we forgot about it. We went on a journey trying to find some other options, and now so many years later, we are coming back to the same thing what Hippocrates said then. Gut is important. Gut is very important. Gut is most important. So what is it that makes our microbiome? Is it only gut? No. I think in one of the sessions I heard today morning that the skin starts glowing when you start working on your gut. I second you, support you 100%. Our microbiome starts to develop when we are in the mother's womb. You know, one of the big reasons why children born through vaginal delivery are healthier than born through cesarean section. Any guesses, please? Why children born through cesarean section are not as healthy as children born through vaginal delivery? Or children who are breastfed are more healthy than children who are bottle fed? Friends, I get energy from you. More people answer, more energy I get, and more information my brain wants to share. Natural process, immunity, something more? The answer I've already given, so you guys know the answer. I'm just checking how many of you are listening to me carefully. Yes, it is the exchange of microbes. And now even fecal implants have come as a treatment form for a lot of mental diseases. Autism, type 1 diabetes, all autoimmune conditions, gut, right? So our skin, our external layers, our nose, our vaginal reproductive organs, all are creating microbial infrastructure in the body. So if everything is healthy, then only we are healthy. So microbiome में होता क्या है? Quickly I will take you through this. So पहले sterile gut होता है, उसके बाद vagina, feces, hospital का exposure होता है, फिर breast feeding या bottle feeding का exposure होता है, एंड उसके बाद जब हम सॉलिड फूड स्टार्ट करते हैं तो हमारा माइक्रोबायोम और डेवलप होता है. सो द इनिशियल फ्यू इयर्स इज वेरी क्रिटिकल फॉर आवर माइक्रोबायोम. और इसीलिए फंक्शनल मेडिसिन में व्हेन वी टेक हिस्ट्री, राइट, व्हाट हैपेंस इज वी स्टार्ट फ्रॉम हाउ यू वर born, cesarean or normal delivery. ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग हुई थी कि नहीं हुई थी, उस टाइम पे आपके मॉम के मूड्स कैसे रहते थे, घर में स्ट्रेस कितना था. From there, we connect pieces so that we can reverse all of it and heal you completely. Fecal implant, Ritu, is we take feces of a healthy person and introduce it into your gut so that your gut microbiome changes. According to geographic location and environment, our microbiome changes. In Western, we have the bad microbiome, and in African children, we saw that there was a lot of good microbiome. So what is it? What is that one word that can actually help you change your microbiome every day? I have the answer written in front of you. Can you all give me this answer in the chat box? Anybody who is listening, we have 43 participants now, so can I expect at least 40 responses? Exactly what you see on your screen is what I want to see here. Yes. What is it that can change your gut microbiome? And it is completely in your hands. Every day you can change your gut microbiome with these two words. Any other two words which come to your mind with which you can change your microbiome? Two words only. Thank you, yes. Something else which just struck me, that's again a very, exactly Samya in, Aten. Love you. Sorry takes you negatively, it brings you relief, but thank you and love you. So from next time, all of you friends, don't feel lonely. You have trillions of microbiome in your body and they are all your friends and they are taking care of you. How many of you think they are taking care of you nicely and the way you want them to take care of you? Yes, they are. Thank you. And this was said by monkeys. So when we say gratitude helps us, when we say thank you and love you helps us, why? Because it helps create positive emotions. What happens to you when you see a chocolate on your desk? You feel thank you, right? You have a smile on your face, happiness, yes. So your emotions are here. What happens when you have argued with your friend or your spouse or your client or your team member? Anger, yes, upset, and then your emotions are here at the rock bottom. And this impacts your microbiome and your gut health, friends. So what we need to do to have a healthy microbiome is we have to increase frequency of positive emotions, and the best way to do it is gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So when we have a positive emotion, we go in the upward spiral. And when we have a negative emotion, we go in the downward spiral. And this is the spiral of our emotions, feelings, and also the spiral of the microbiome in our gut. So please connect both in your mind powerfully so that you know why you have to live in this upward spiral. One more reason for you. So positive emotions, they broaden your inventory. They build your physical, mental and social resources. And all of this backs down to what? Your gut microbiome. And they transform you and your health. So most commonly experienced positive emotions are joy, pride, gratitude, amusement, serenity, inspiration, interest, awe, hope and love. Right? So I have a small exercise for you. Please everybody here, close your eyes and slowly count 1, 2, 3. Close your eyes and slowly count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till the time I tell you to stop. A deep breath and slowly count 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 11. Slowly open your eyes and cherish on your most cherished memory. सबसे अच्छी memory कौन सी है आपकी? Perfect. So I'm sure all of you have a smile on your face now, and I have a quiz for you. Are you ready, guys?
Yes.
Perfect. So on the next slide, I'm going to share you a picture with a face. Ignore everything else in the picture and you have to decide whether this person is a male or a female. Yes. Please give me in the chat box, male or a female. And friends, listening will give you no results. Unless you contribute, participate, you will go back with nothing at all. Perfect. So let me come to the next question. The real question is, what was behind the person's face on the previous slide? So please answer in the chat box. Wow, so I really have very, very spiritually connected and balanced microbiome people here today. Who can solve this maths problem for me?
I can't see your screen.
Can anybody let me know? Can you see my screen?
No, I am not able to see.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can. So maybe you will have to check at your end. Perfect. Thank you, Soumya. So, can you solve this maths problem for me? Please give me an answer in the chat box, please. Time up. Can you, what is the car's parking spot number here? Wow! Can we all clap for ourselves? Please clap for your own self and pat your back. I am impressed. Perfect. So why did we ask this? People who have good gut microbiome, who practices like positive emotions, gratitude, have wider awareness and increased peripheral vision. And you all have that who all answered. They perform better on tests. This nobody could answer, but this was 27 kgs. And the car spot number, almost everybody is creative here. Everybody could answer. It was 87. So what gratitude means is I am grateful for, and looking deeper into the positive emotions we can experience. So friends, think of a time when you felt grateful. What other things do you associate with that state? Whenever you felt grateful, what were the feelings you felt with it? Oneness, happiness, joy, love. So stay with this because you have one more reason to stay with this, and that is this gut. You know what? Whenever a gut patient comes to us in functional medicine, the approach we follow is 5-hour program. And the last but the most important hour of this is recharge and repopulate your gut. And that happens through gratitude and EFT practices. So friends, a positive emotion which gratitude brings can actually help you become a stronger person. And like Oprah Winfrey said, what you focus on expands, and when you focus on the goodness in your life, which is the microbiome in you, you create more of it. Opportunities, relationships, and money. Flowed my way when I learned to be grateful no matter what happened. 2017, there was analysis done of 38 gratitude studies, and they concluded that gratitude helps the gut microbiome and results in well-being, happiness, life satisfaction, grateful mood, and less depression. So your choice, what do you want to be, resentful and grateful? And my question to you is, can you be both at the same time, resentful and grateful? How many of you think you can be both at the same time? Ritu says no, Sandeep says no, and yes, that is a big thing for all of us. I don't know about you, but I know about myself, how hard I try, how much I know. But every day I have to remind myself so that I don't stay in the resentful stage and shift that to gratefulness. I wish all of you can do it. Stay in gratitude, stay in happiness, and keep your microbiome happy, because that is the only way for us to be gutsy enough to become the economic power of the world and us to be a happy country. Thank you very much, Mavin and the team and the viewers who joined me. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. You have my phone number and email here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Preeti.
Thank you.
Energetic. And I'm sure people are taking back the lessons. So you beautifully connected dots from the functional medicine and what we speak about in spirituality. So thank you so much once again for being here with us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Up next, we have with us Mr. C.K. Arora, and he's going to talk about laughter and happiness today. He is a laughter and happiness coach from Gurgaon. And yes, C.K. Arora ji, welcome, welcome, welcome. Great to see you back.
Thank you, Rituji. Yeah, I think we are meeting after so many years.
After so many years. So it's a pleasure.
Great. So thank you, Mavin. Thank you, Shabana ji, and thank you, Khushbu, and thank you, Ritu, for giving me the opportunity to present laughter to you. Okay.
Thank you.
So can I share my screen?
Yes, please. Just a moment. Making you the co-host.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, if you could talk about a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I used to be an IT professional for the first 20 years of my life. Then I went on to become a mentor and a coach. And then suddenly a thought came in my mind. While I'm doing my business coaching and leadership coaching and executive coaching, what is the end objective? The end objective for everything that we do is happiness. Do you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
So I thought, okay, let me just do the other way around. Let me start with happiness, and then I can help anybody to do whatever they want to do. Is that good or great?
Awesome.
Great. Right. So that's what I thought. And that happened exactly on 16th of September last year on my 60th birthday. So at the age of 60, people retire, and I thought this is my new life that I should start on my birthday. So this is my new mission, and my mission is to help 1 million people. How many people? 1 million people to laugh with me, to have a happiness and abundance in their pocket. Because if you have laughter and happiness in your pocket, your career is going to zoom like a rocket. So I encourage everybody to unmute themselves on your camera, on your feet, laugh with me for the next 15 minutes. Is that okay or not?
Yes.
Right. Great.
Yes.
Let me try to share my screen now if I have the permission.
Yes, please.
All right, great. So by the end of these 15 minutes, I have 3 objectives for my audience here. The first is that I will be sharing a 5-step system of generating happiness every day. And then next goal is how you can get tons of opportunities and money just by laughing. Great. So when I laugh, I would encourage everybody to laugh with me. Okay, so that way you are fulfilling my goal. All right, so laugh with me. Why do we laugh? Laughter is actually a breathing exercise. Just observe me, and you can also do while I'm doing this. Put your hands together in front of the camera and inhale. Inhale 1, inhale 2, inhale 2, inhale 2, and then hold 1, hold 2, hold 2, hold 2, and then exhale. And then again, inhale 1, inhale 2, inhale 2, inhale 2, inhale 2, hold 1, hold 2, hold 2, hold 2, and exhale. And the third time when we exhale, we are going to laugh together, all right? So inhale 1, inhale 2, inhale 2, inhale 2, hold 1, hold 2, hold 2, hold 2, and exhale with laughter. So did you observe that when we were inhaling and then we were holding, we were dying to take the fresh oxygen from the air, okay? So in the process of exhaling, we exhale, we emit out all the stale carbon dioxide from our body. And in the process of inhaling, we are going to take the fresh dose of oxygen. Now, when I say dose, so D-O-S-E. So what is the meaning of dose? So first one is, there are 4 hormones, okay? So we have to take oxytocin, serotonin, endorphin. So all these hormones are coming to you because we are laughing. So that means it is like a physical exercise also. So let me dance with you while singing this song, and you can also do the same. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 So definitely yoga. It is laughter yoga, and that is very beneficial for your health. Good, good, good. I'm liking the spirit. So the third objective is to give you, all right, okay. People are very enthusiastic. So blueprint to get the true happiness. So my laughter story started with my father. When I was 10 years old, at the age of 10, he woke me up suddenly in the morning at 5 a.m. and he said, "Son, we are going somewhere." I said, "Where are we going?" He said, "That's a surprise." When I heard the word surprise, I got excited. So I got ready immediately, and then we put our feet to exercise. So this place was half an hour from our place. And when we reached there, I saw an environment which I can never forget. There was a large garden, and people were standing in a big circle, and there were flowers all around blooming, and there was happiness all around. And what they were doing is they were doing breathing, they were doing pranayam, they were doing yoga, and at the end was something which I can never forget. Couple of people, they started like this fake laughter. When these couple of people they started laughing. The other people, they were laughing at these people who were laughing mockly. And then it converted into the real laughter. And suddenly I found that everybody in the circle was laughing like this. And you can also join me. So that's how the laughter came to my life. And then once the laughter was over, because we were the VIPs, you know, we were taken to the organizer's home, and there they did something which I can never forget. You know, the blenders were not in fashion during those days. So what they did is they put the fresh ripe mangoes in a glass and they squeezed the juice out of it. What they did, put juice out of it and pulp with it, all right? And it was collected in one glass. And then there was another glass which was half full of the milk. And we did this, and you can do this with me also. So pouring from one glass to the other, and that's how the blending was done. So this is called mango shake laughter. What is it called? Mango shake laughter. So there are other stories. I can go into detail when we have more time, but that's all for this slide. And now I would like you to type on this on your browser. If Ritu has a link, you can type it on this Zoom window so that people can just click it. And this is my happiness hub.
I have shared all the details, CKG.
You have?
I have shared all the details.
All right, great. So people can just click that and they will be having access to my happiness hub. And there are a lot of laughter videos. And then the next one is my happiness institute, you know. So this one is basically where you can also join me in the laughter. All right. So just click on both and you can. And then this is my 10-day Laugh Lines course. And you can click on that, and it's starting on 8th of February. And this is just the basic course. For the first 20, it is just $997. Now we come to this slide where I said, you know, with laughter in your pocket, your career will shoot like a rocket. And how will that happen? So let me just go through the logic behind it. So as I said, why are we doing whatever we are doing is happiness. So money is a byproduct of happiness. If you in your life also, if you see certain people, you know, you like to attract the people who like you, who are happy, who are always joyful. So you want to have positive energy around you. So if you are happy, people will like to invite you into their life. So you are going to become people's magnet. So this is my 5-step system that I promise that I'm going to share with you. First of all, we start with the happiness, top, right? Circle, if you see. And then that gives you the enthusiasm, because you're starting with the enthusiasm, you are going to get motivated to do whatever you are doing. And that will bring positivity and higher vibrations, as the speaker in the morning was sharing, and then into better efficiency. Because if you are in the higher vibration and positivity, your work is going to be finished in half the time. Otherwise, if you are sad, you know, you are half the time thinking, you know, of certain low energy vibes, and your efficiency will be low. But if you are in higher frequency, higher vibration and positivity, your work gets better done in quick amount of time, and then that will reflect on your performance. Do you agree that your boss will be happy if you are doing the work quickly than others? And then therefore they are going to give better feedback to the HR managers, you know, if you are working in a corporate job, or your customers, if they are going to give the feedback to you, you are going to get repeat customers. Either way, you are going to get the limelight, recognition, and the name and fame. And that is what we all yearn for. All right. And that means that converts into more money, and that will reinforce that we should be more happier. So let's laugh again. Not only that, it builds your immunity stronger. That is what is needed these days to fight the coronavirus. and it enhances your mood, because you are happy. People are asking you why you are happy, and then you can share, I have done this course from CK, and he's always suggesting that we should be happy and we should be laughing. That's why I'm laughing. I'm laughing without any reason. All right, so let's laugh without any reason. And also, when you laugh, it brings down the harmful effects of the stress that you have. All right. So, and it has beneficial benefits on your body as well as your emotions and soul. So, second thing I promised was, how will you get tons of opportunities and money just by laughing? So, I'm just going to tell you that fake or real, both the laughters give you the same benefit. So, what are those? Immunity, that I shared with you. Your mood gets enhanced. If you are suffering from any disease or any pain, you just forget for that amount of time. Do you agree? And then, as I said, it reduces the harmful effects of the stress, and you are going to have double the efficiency physically as well as mentally and emotionally. And your body becomes attractive. See these lines that are formed when you keep on laughing morning 15 minutes every day. They're permanent lines. These are called laugh lines. What are they called? Laugh lines. So they are permanently embedded on your face, and that makes your body very attractive, your face very attractive, and you have a lot of charisma and positivity and charm and magnetism. Do you agree? So these are the benefits of having the laugh lines. And then tons of opportunities will come to you in terms of love, romance, marriage, because you are a people's magnet. So people will come. So even the employers and your customers are also people. So they will like you, and they will help you in your job and giving you promotions and increments, which means more money. And your customers are also people, right? So they will give you more projects, you will get more clients, and you get more affiliate partners, alliances. So that means more money again. And you're also a marketing person. Every CEO is a marketing person, right? So it will help you in your marketing, it will help you in your sales, it will help you in your PR, public relations. And if you have all those things in place, you get more.
Sorry to interrupt. I think we're overshooting our time. So I'll have to ask you to wrap up right now so that we can bring you back in with the panel discussion right away.
Definitely. So the third one, we are almost coming to the close. Third one is basically the blueprint to get the true happiness. So first we start with the laugh lines. And in my next session, I'm going to share a book that I've written, and it will give you the financial freedom. It will have a great quality of life for you, and you can contribute the extra money that you generate to charity and contribution. That will in turn bring the true happiness. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, CKG. Wonderful, and you're looking younger and younger, and I can see why.
Thank you.
And it's beautiful that the secrets that you've shared, I think each one of us will take it home and we'll all be applying in our daily lives.
All right. Thank you, Rituji.
So, Sandeep ji, are you in? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm just opening my video. Yeah. Hi, good morning.
Great. Good afternoon and very warm welcome. So we have with us up next, Preeti ji, Dr. Preeti. Can we have you on the screen, please? I am not able to see you yet. Yes, okay. I got Dr. Preeti. And yes, hello.
Hello.
Dr. Arun Sharma. Dr. Arun Sharma?
Yes.
Can we have you?
Yes.
Hello.
Thank you. A very warm welcome to every single person here who is big contributor in today's discussion. So we have with us Sandeep ji, who's going to take up the next session. He's going to moderate. And the topic is you can heal yourself. Over to you, Sandeep ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ritu, for...
just a sec. CK, can you please remove your...
Please remove the screen, please.
Yeah, please remove the screen. Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, that's great. It's good to go.
Shabana, could you remove it, please?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mavin, Ritu, for
CKG,
being
can
part
you
of.
hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity, for being the moderator of this fantastic session we just had with CKG and Preeti. And since morning, I've been listening to various speakers. It has really been an enlightened time, and I am really on the top of the world. And with this, I welcome my panelists as well. Mr. C.K. Arora, I call him Dr. Arora, Dr. Preeti, and of course, Dr. Arun Sharma here. Am I audible and visible right now?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Right. So great. So as far as healing is concerned, we just had a few experiences, right? And we listened to various speakers also. So when we talk of healing, what happens that sometimes it comes when we come to a stage where some physical pain, emotional pain, mentally disturbed, some event happened like that, some traumatic experience happened. So can we heal ourselves? And but what I say is healing in yourself. Healing, is it inside you? It's questions or my interactions to you is to the panel is that
Yes, a question.
how it is possible, how it is possible to heal yourself naturally. And I'm throwing these questions to all of you, starting from Dr. Sharma, and then I will take it to Dr. Preeti and then Mr. Arora. So Dr. Sharma, my question to you is that how we can heal ourselves naturally? Just yes.
If we are talking about healing, we can only heal ourselves. We can only heal naturally. Otherwise, there is no healing. Body is already healing. Health, the word health comes from healing. And that if we are healthy, our responsibility is to see that we are healthy. We have to adopt habits that will lead us to a healthier life. And that's all we have to do. Healing is automatic. We cannot introduce a medicine and expect that to heal. Whatever you put in the body, the only question we have to ask, is it going to improve your health? If the medicine is not going to improve health, medicine has no role in our life. So it's only naturally that we can heal ourselves, and healing means improved health. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so our body already has in ourselves the healing properties, right? It is the natural state of body to heal, right? Am I making sense, right?
Yes, body heals by itself. Healing means improving health. That's all it means.
All right. So, Dr. Preeti, I take this question to you, and how do your take on this?
So, thank you, Sandeep, for this question. And I know this can be a very controversial question, but I will support what Arora ji has said. Our body has the ability to heal. Now, this is especially true in light of the fact कि आजकल lifestyle disorders जो हो रहे हैं ना, वो बाहर से heal नहीं हो सकते. There are some diseases, some infections which you need medicines. Without medicines, you can't correct those. But 80% of diseases today are lifestyle. And if we look at the gut microbiome, that simple thing which I've been talking about, and I'm very passionately digging deeper and deeper into it, like Arora ji said, if the thoughts we are taking in, the food we are eating, the way we are sleeping, all of it, the intake can be monitored. Gut microbiome इस तरह से change हो जाता है कि हमारी body को वो अपने आप heal करता रहता है.
Right.
So our body has the potential. I think this is the most beautiful machine which has been made. And our immune system can help us do whatever we want to. The intake has to be right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. What's your take, Mr. Arora, on this?
Yeah, so I 100% support Preeti ji that our body is a chemical factory. Okay, it produces lot of medicines for us. That's why we call laughter is the best medicine. We can generate our own happiness. We can generate our own dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphin. They are nothing but happy chemicals. So we have the power to generate those chemicals within us. We also have the power to generate the negative chemicals. By thinking about worries, thinking about the losses, thinking about the bosses, right?
Absolutely.
So we have the power to heal ourselves, definitely.
Okay. So we have the power to heal ourselves. Only thing is we have to identify that power is there. We have to come to that awareness that
Awakening
we
is
have
required,
in
definitely.
ourselves. And the moment we come into that awareness, the healing process starts, right?
Yes.
And that's absolutely wonderful. And if we talk about these days, we are seeing there are a lot of insights, a lot of alternative therapies we are talking about besides the functional medicine, right? So I'll take this question to Dr. Nanda first. That what do you think about the alternative therapies available, or what is the right kind of therapies, healing therapies one needs to choose from?
Right. This is a very detailed question. I will try to answer it as much as I can. So, being an allopathic doctor and now into functional medicine,
Yes.
we work on the cause of the problem.
Exactly.
Now, sometimes, for example, if I take a case of a diabetic patient, sometimes the cause is only stress or the malalignment of the energies because of some trauma in the childhood. Honestly speaking, in functional medicine, in allopathic medicine, I can only do little.
Yes.
I will have to send that patient to the alternate therapy guys, and I think together we can help create a healthier country. There is no therapy which can cure everything, and there is no therapy which cannot cure a lot of patients. So I would suggest to people, one simple request is, find the cause of your problem, take deep there, whatever time it takes, वो जरूर ढूंढो आप. एक बार आपको cause पता चल जाता है ना, आप solution अपने आप right solution अपने लिए पता कर लोगे.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
And Dr. Sharma, what's your take on this? What do you think about it? We just spoke about.
She said it very beautifully, but only thing is, medicine. When you talk about medicine, I have my restrictions. Of course, each person has their own viewpoint, and when she said everything can be cured, and I agree with all other panelists also that happiness is important. And happiness doesn't come just by laughing. I believe happiness has to come from within. You have to have a healthy habit, lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle will induce you to laugh, induce you to be happy. And about all the diseases being able to be treated by the body, all that I would say is diseases have classifications in other systems of medicine. In nature cure, all diseases are one. We say the cause for all diseases is also one. Cause for all diseases is unhealthy lifestyle. When we introduce healthy lifestyle, cause is being removed, so all the diseases will also eventually remove. The process of disease is a process of bringing you back to health. And when we allow the body to repair itself, allow the body to progress in the disease, we have pain. To manage the pain, we can use the 5 elements of nature like ether, air, sunlight, water, and earth. Earth element comes from food that we eat.
Right.
By introducing these habits into your life, you can combat with any pain. Apsume somo abravit antar vishwani bheshajam. That means in Taittiriya Upanishad it says, water is a universal healer.
Right.
No matter what pain you have, with the help of water, there is more than 185 hydrotherapy application. You can relieve the pain. Pain is a process by which the body is healing you. when the bodily organs work vigorously to remove accumulated filth in the body, there is pain. And vigorous activity produces heat. That heat produces distension of the tissues. When the distension of tissues comes, then only the pain comes. The original cause is that body is active vigorously to remove filth. Original cause is the filth, and it came from unhealthy lifestyle. When we stop the bodily activity with a medicine, we are harming ourselves. We should not stop the activity. We should allow the body to continue its healing process. Only remove pain with the help of water, without interfering with the body's activity.
All right.
That's the healing that we are talking about.
So I will want to say something here, Sandeep. I definitely agree with what Mr. Arun has said. And you know what? Functional medicine also believes that unless you change your lifestyle, that is your stress, your sleep, your food, your water, nothing can help you. Nothing can help you at all. And second thing which Mr. Arun said, very beautifully he said it, and I think as a mother, the most beautiful experience I've ever had is become a mother. And I think that was the most painful one too. Right? And all of us who go to gyms and want to have those good bodies, you know, very shapely, we all know first few days of going to gym is like we are crying when we are sleeping at night. So for anything good, pain I think is an important part of it. And thank you Arunji for saying it so softly कि pain हुआ भी नहीं पर realization हो गई.
That's really wonderful, Dr. Sharma. Taking to you this particular question, Mr. Arora, how do you see onto it?
Can you repeat the question for me, please?
Yeah, the question was that no, we are talking about the alternate therapy. You know, being a functional, I asked functional experts are sitting here and taking this particular questions to you as well, since you are into alternative therapy, right? It's totally alternative therapy. So
Yes.
your take on that, you know, alternative therapy, its importance, or how do you see about it?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for asking. See, I am an ardent follower of Baba Ramdev, you know, Swami Ramdev, you know. So every morning I watch on India TV at 8 o'clock, you know. So what he suggests is marvelous, you know. He will and before even Baba Ramdev came to my life, my wife came to my life, you know, right? And my wife projected that these prescription drugs are the poison, and that was a extreme revelation because my sister is a doctor, you know, gynecologist, and we were, I mean, to us she was the goddess, you know. She could treat us whenever we were ill, you know. All the family was dependent on her. But when wife came to my life, you know, it was a revolution, you know. And slowly I saw that she never fell ill the entire life. I mean, that was a real role model for me. And I felt very happy, you know. Then slowly I got into naturopathy and pranayam and yoga and acupressure and EFT and NLP. I mean, I left all my technical stuff there, you know. I said, after 20 years of my enough of IT, now I am a healer, I am a mentor, I am a coach, you know, and I am a practicing naturopath, you know. So there is no medicine in our home for the last so many years. So therefore, your question of alternate therapy, it works for me. It works for people around me. And I become like a free brand ambassador of naturopathy and Baba Ramdev.
Great answer. Thank you so much, Mr. Arora. And taking it forward, we are running short of time. So I'll be not talking. I'll take one more question and then we'll talk about your book. And just to share with you that that I have been diagnosed with diabetes in 2018, and 2019 I have completely reversed it by alternate. That's the miracle of you know, we talked about gratitude and gut and whatnot, so it really helps. So taking it forward, what is the best way to be happy? That's a question to all. I'm not seeing Dr. Sharma right now here, Anyway, and then we'll come on to your, we'll launch a book and we'll talk about your book as well. So what's the best way to be happy? Both of you.
Sandeep, where did you learn this trick of cornering somebody like this? I wish I had known this best way to be happy, because I would have become a billionaire then. And I would have a very happy surroundings. But definitely, I think as a functional medicine practitioner, what I see in a lot of diabetics, gut patients, everybody, think not one, I will tell two things. One is your sleep.
True.
If you have slept well, you can take on more stress and you cannot get affected with it. So that is very key thing which we don't talk about a lot, especially in today's life when technology is with us all the time. We have the Wi-Fi radiations and we have all that information available. जब चाहे दिन रात में हम खोल पाते हैं. Sleep बहुत ही ज़्यादा harm हो रही है. One night of irregular sleep can lead to insulin resistance, which can lead to diabetes.
True.
Right? So that is one. And second, of course, मैं बिल्कुल डाई हार्ड फैन हूँ ग्रैटिट्यूड एंड गट की, तो उसके बिना नहीं छोड़ सकती मैं. ग्रैटिट्यूड और उसका कनेक्शन गट के साथ ध्यान में रखना, आई थिंक यू विल नेवर बी अनहैप्पी. बिकॉज पूरे दिन में 24 घंटे होते हैं, इतने मिनट होते हैं, हमारे दिन में इतनी अच्छी चीजें होती हैं, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली क्योंकि हम ट्रेडिशनल टाइम्स की तरह ही जीते हैं अभी भी, जहां पे क्या होता था ना, हमें पूरा टाइम फियर में रहना पड़ता था, कोई आके हमें मार तो नहीं देगा. ट्रेडिशनल डेज व्हेन वी हैड टू सेव आवरसेल्व्स फ्रॉम द एनिमल्स ऑल द टाइम. हमारा मेंटल हैबिट क्या है, वन बैड थिंग continues in our mind for minutes and days and years, and good things just come and pass by as if तो normal है, होनी थी.
Right.
So I think gratitude,
Right.
gratitude and gratitude.
Thank you so much. I'll come back to you later. We'll discuss it. Mr. Arora, your take briefly, and then we'll launch your book right now.
All right. So as Preeti ji started with having good sleep and also writing a gratitude diary, I will add more things to it, So the second thing we can do after we wake up, after writing the gratitude diary, is to go for meditation, after your morning rituals, of course. So meditation is something I'm very passionate about, and this is like charging of your mobile phone, and when you connect to the power source, it gets charged. So we are the mobile phones, and we get connected to the universal energy through meditation, and this is we also get the healing, we also get all the positivity, and we get a lot of power, and our thoughts get clarity. So meditation is definitely a way to get happiness, and then followed by yoga, pranayam, and who can forget about the laughter. 15 minutes laughter every day will keep your doctor away. This is the new mantra that I have coined.
Great. So just talking about your book, if you have a book in your hand, show us
it's on my screen, so I'll have to show you, share my screen if you can allow, Rituji.
Yes, sure. We'll do that.
So this is the website you can visit, laughlines.org. You will get some details about the book, and you will also get the link to buy the book from Amazon.
All right.
Then this is the book cover, and also I want to share some free gifts for people who buy the book.
Yes.
So first is that you will gift one is the official Facebook group for readers of Laughlines. Gift two is membership of my VIP club on the Facebook. And gift three is the Telegram group for happiness and financial freedom. You'll get a lot of tips every day. And then fourth one is the email course on 21 days of abundance. So this is the link. Once you show me a picture of you with the book, you will get this link. And then for those who give me some good testimonials, video testimonial or text testimonial, there are two more gifts waiting for you. So one is a set of Zoom-based happiness and laughter session And the second one is 50% discount on the Love Lines VIP course. So
Great.
normally I charge 8,000 rupees, and for the readers of the book, it is just 4,000 rupees.
Okay, great. Great to hear that, and great to know that, Mr. Arora. And just to wrap it up right now, what I'll do is that I'll just wrap it up like this. As I said, healing is in your body. You just have to explore it. So it is a mind game. It is a mind game, right? And when something happens in mind, I know your body reacts actually this accordingly, right? So I just want to reiterate that everything your body has, your mind has, just we have to explore it. You have to explore the capacities. You have to build your capacities to heal yourself. Thank you so much. Back to Ritu. Thank you so much for the lovely sessions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful session. Thank you, CKG. Thank you, Preeti.
Thank you,
Thank
Rituji.
you, Arunji. And thank you so much, Sandeepji.
Thank you.
Beautiful session. And my dear participants, we will go on a break right now and we'll rejoin at 1:30. Vinayji, are you around? Vinayji? Okay. So in case, I would request all the participants, in case you have any questions, please unmute yourself and you can ask questions and type them out in the chat box. In case you have anything to do with the logistics, you can ask me questions right now. And please do join us at 1:30 sharp, because we have so many speakers lined up, and we'll start away exactly at 1:30, right?
Yeah, I would like to request if everyone, instead of logging out, you can remain logged in, and if you can just switch off your camera and join at 1:30.
Absolutely. We'll have some cool music playing on, and we'll be keeping the screens on, logged in. All right. Thank you. Beautiful, CKG. From many congratulations.
Thanks
for the book. And we're very happy to see the new avatar.
सिर्फ congratulations से नहीं चलेगा, आपको खरीदनी है बुक और मुझे अच्छा फीडबैक देना है.
Definitely.
इतना तो बनता है मेरा हक, है कि नहीं?
Definitely. We'll do that. And